Corbett, and I'm a PhD student at the University of Calgary, right now researching Johne's disease among calves. So in dairy, with Johne's disease, the biggest thing you need to control for is the transmission. This is because there are no treatments for the disease, no vaccines, so in order to prevent the disease from happening on your farm, we need to stop it from, stop new infections from occurring. So what we usually do is separate the younger animals from the older animals in order to prevent that fecal-oral transmission that happens from the older cow manure to the calves. This separation allows the younger calves to have a hopefully bacteria-free environment where they can then grow up. The issue with this type of control program is that the possible transmission that occurs between the calves isn't taken into account. So these recent research has shown that the calves can actually acquire the infection at a later age than we initially thought, as well as begin shedding the bacteria. So what this means is that that transmission that's happening once we separate the calves from the older animals might still be happening, and new infections might still be introduced into the new animals. So what I look at with my research is whether or not this transmission is actually something that we need to be concerned about. I ran an experimental trial where I essentially infected 2 calves in a pen, and I looked at the other 2 to see whether or not they got the disease or not. Our preliminary research shows that this infection and transmission of the disease does occur. However, to what extent, we're not quite sure yet. So whether or not this is a risk for you or a farmer group housing his calves, we still have to figure that out. So this is really important for the dairy industry because in order to prevent the progression of the disease and the spread of the disease, we need to stop the transmission, and this is done through the control programs. But if we're missing a key aspect of the control program, such as the calf-to-calf transmission, then we're not doing as much as we can in order to prevent the disease.